Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Life with QueenV show. Today I have a wonderful special guest, and his energy is through the roof. Please welcome KRUZ'S from K104. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, everybody? Excited to be here. It took a little bit, right?
Yeah, but it's okay. We got through
Took
it.
a little
We made
bit.
it. Okay, so tell me first off the name KRUZ'S. How did it come about?
J. Cruz is not my actual real name.
I know.
I used to work at a radio station in the office department where I wear khakis and button-ups. On the weekends, I started. It's called board hopping, where you just push buttons in the studio room. You don't talk to them, you just push buttons. And then while I was sitting there on the weekends, sometimes I started thinking to myself, because the whole time I wanted to be a rapper. Me and my brother was in a rap group.
Yeah.
So I started pretending. I started doing it, like acting like a jock, doing stuff, recording myself, and I started sending those in. Long story short, this new guy comes in, George Cook, who's my boss now here in Dallas. Small world. He gets the gig. He's doing his thing. Me and my brother just booked studio time for like $500-600. He gives me a call like, yo, the Saturday guy ain't coming in. You want to do it? I'm going to throw you on. So I leave the studio, go do it. And at that point, I didn't even have a name. Like, I was just like, I don't know. I can't remember what I called myself that day. So that Monday, my boss told me that I could keep Saturdays. So now I'm working my regular 9 to 5, but on Saturdays, I'm like technically a radio personality now. So that day, that week, me and wifey, who's been with me since the beginning of my career, had a list of names, and we just started writing names. And in Pittsburgh, it was predominantly like a lot of white people and black people.
Okay.
So I wanted to go with something overly Latino to stand out. I was like, ooh, you know all that, da, 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 da. But still not too, one of them was, I almost went with Mike Geronimo.
Like KRUZ'S. Right?
Yeah, and it's politically incorrect probably. Yeah.
Okay, so now tell me, who is Joseph? I know he was born April 6, 1980.
Who is who?
Joseph.
Joseph. What do you mean, Joseph?
What's your name?
Oh no, my real name? You tried to find out what my real name was, you doing some private investigating.
Yeah,
Whoever gave you that was wrong. But that's okay. What's the next question?
oh, but tell me your name.
I will not. Yeah, but I think it's more fun if I don't tell you the correct. Like, Give me another one. Give me another one.
Okay, so you were born in New York City.
Absolutely.
Okay. And
There you go.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about New York City. How
New York City, Queens Astoria. I'm a Dominican Greek kid. I'm a New Yorker. I grew up on that East Coast vibe, but then I moved to Pittsburgh and lived most of my young adulthood there. That's where my
You started your radio in New York, though, right?
No.
Not at all.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. When I was in New York, I was young. My young adulthood, my late teens,
Like,
early 20s, just graduating high school, all that was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's why I'm a Steeler fan. The best football team in the NFL, by the way.
Okay, I was gonna ask you that. Were you a Steelers fan? Okay, so
But that's my New York thing, yes.
okay, so WAMO is where you started.
WMO was in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were
And then,
there.
yep, I did the radios. I was there. I worked at that company for like 8 years, but again, on air, I was only 5.
Right.
Then they sell it. 6 months unemployment. I'm looking for work. I'm not giving up. Everybody else has, as far as like the other jocks and stuff. Nobody. Everybody. I sent my resume out.
Yeah, you said
I was
like
getting
6 months
gossip.
straight. You said everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Couple gospel people tried to hire me. The station in Ohio tried to hire me, but the money just wasn't right because I got kids and I needed a, there's things I need to do, and it was tough. I almost gave up, and then John Candelaria, program director in Dallas, hits me up. He said, "Hey man, I saw your stuff online. I like your swag. I like your drip. I think you would do good. I'm looking for a new night show guy. Blah blah blah." He flies me out one weekend. I get the taste of the South because, again, the first time ever in my life being in Texas was when he brought me here. I never, so I'm online trying to learn about the culture a little bit more because, again, I'm an East Coast boy, right? And a foreigner a little bit too because my parents were foreigners, so it's kind of weird. Whatever. But it was different, but scary, all that shit. But at the end of the day, when I got back, he offered me the job. And my advice to people, like I always say,
Up and left.
here's the difference between, I don't want to say failing or succeeding because it's not that. Here's the difference between getting something that you thought you couldn't ever get and not getting it. Just show up. Just go. You could give me a million reasons why it's going to be hard to move your hometown where you grew up with all your friends and your family, and how difficult it's going to be to move to a whole new city, learn all these routes. You can sit there for days and give me excuses why not.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. So that's what makes you so successful, because you take
I take risks. Even if I don't know, like, even if in myself I think, I don't even know if I could do that. I'm going to go. CW, the TV gig, they invited me to a meeting. I was like, all right, I'll go. I'm talking to the guy by the end, one of the executive producers. He said, man, you got a lot of personality. You want to shoot a show? I was like, sure.
Yeah.
Have I ever shot a show? Nope. Never done one. Ever in my life. He was like,
How was that?
Just because he said, you got personality. You want to talk music?
When you first went.
Then I mess up. Yeah, I messed up all the time. But I learned. I got better. Now I've been with CW for 9 years.
Did you go to school for this?
All right, I went to school because I didn't want to be a bum in life, right? I had a tough time in school. I didn't get good grades. I got so many C's. I should have been a Crip. I didn't have it wasn't my thing. I'm smart.
Yeah.
And if I wanted, it just was never my thing, right? So I went to a trade school, a really small trade school, 18-month type program. Got my associate's degree in administration.
Yeah.
I got the basic paper that they tell you don't even put on your resume. But because me and my brother was rapping, it was time to intern.
Mono by mono.
It's good too. Mano y mano.
Mono.
It means hand in hand, mano y mano. Yeah. It's really an abbreviation for hermano y hermano, but we just say mano y mano, but I'm impressed again. So the rap thing is really what got me into radio, because we were chasing this rap dream, and I get this internship at a radio station. I'm like, well, what better way of maybe getting on is if I work at, no matter what department I work in, I'm at a radio station. So I started making friends with the jocks. I started handing my CDs to the right people that worked in there. And we got some plays through the years, but eventually one of the bosses came to me and says, look, your rap's cool, but you'd be a way better jock. He leaves. That's when George comes. George is hurt. Then George gives me that Saturday. George leaves. That other guy that gave me that initial speech that first time gets rehired, and the first thing he does is gives me my full-time job. Right?
Yeah.
I barely got through college, but I always show up. I don't give a fuck what it is. If it's an opportunity, I'm there. I don't care. Like, just go. You never know. Just go. People be so scared to go. Just show up. I'm telling you. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. No matter what your dream is, no matter what you want in life, whatever it is, if you chase that shit wholeheartedly with everything you have, and you ain't got to be the smart. I'm just talking about actually put real effort, not like complain about because you like actually give it a 100% effort. There is no guarantee you're gonna get exactly what you want, but I promise you'll be in the vicinity of what you wanted. You wanted to be a rapper, but you'll end up an engineer. You wanted to be a fucking model, but you ended up a designer. You wanted to be a movie star, but you became one of the best lighting guys in the industry. Life does that. Sometimes you might not get that exact what you want. I wanted to be before rap, I wanted to be a movie star.
Oh, for real?
All right?
He said
I wanted to be the best fucking movie star there was. But
what kind of character did you want to play? Like, just all of them, or just like?
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
vampire.
Are you serious?
'Cause I just wanted to seduce women and buy them. That's all I wanted. I just want to be the sexiest, goddamn strongest vampire you ever seen in your life. A Dominican one too.